guys, so today I'm going to be doing my June wrap up and July TBR. I feel like every time I watch these videos or like beauty guru, beauty favorites videos, everyone always talks about how quickly the month has gone by and how time is slipping away from us, and I feel like I've seen a lot of people this month talk about how summer is almost over, and I have to say I feel like I've been out of school for a long time. But at the same time, I'm not ready to go back to school because I was so happy to be out. So I hope you guys have been having an awesome summer so far. And I hope that June was great for you and that we have an awesome month of July. And if you've been watching me this past year and just my wrap up videos and things, you know it's been kind of like a struggle for me to read this year. I've been reading, I feel like, a lot. But every time I do wrap up videos and film, I feel like my progress is not good. And I have to say June is kind of disappointing because I only read 2 books for this month. And one of them was a really large book, which I guess is sort of extra bonus points, but I did just start a new series, so hopefully next month will be better. And hopefully July I'll be more motivated. I just feel like there's so much going on. Even when you're out of school, I have so much going on all the time, and I feel like I'm working and I'm so tired that I just don't feel like reading, or I just have been like in a weird lull. I did read 2 books, so I will talk about those now. So the first one, if you guys have been watching, you know that I was working on finishing the series, and I finally did this month. So I read the last Harry Potter book, which is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, and I have to say I was kind of depressed when this was over again because I only ever read this one once when it first came out. I think, was it 2007? Long time ago when it was first released. I got it and I read it and I loved it, but I was depressed back then, and then I read it again and I was really sad that it was over. So I might make like a post Harry Potter depression video or something, because I know that the Summer of Spells read along is going on this summer. So if you guys are not participating, then you definitely should, and go back and read Harry Potter if you haven't yet, because it's awesome and I love it. I'm really glad that I finished the entire series again, because I've been rereading it since like June of last year. I actually think my first ever wrap up TBR video was in June of last year, and I talked about reading Harry Potter. So I've been rereading it ever since then. So I was finally excited to finally finish that. And then I just started a new series the other day. I've been wanting to read this one for a long time as well. It's a spin-off series of my probably second favorite series ever beside Harry Potter, and that is Bloodlines by Rochelle Mead. You guys know I marathon read Vampire Academy in the entire series back in October. I loved it. So good. And ever since then, everyone's been telling me to read Bloodlines and the spin-off series, and I've wanted to read it, and I finally picked it up this month, and I finished the first book the other day. So I am planning on having a book review for this up, I believe, after this video. So if you've not read this, or if you just want to hear my thoughts, then check back for that, because I know a lot of you love this book. But I did read this one, and I have to say I enjoyed it. I didn't love it as much as I enjoyed the first Vampire Academy book, but I did go ahead and buy the second one, which I will, I guess, mention in just a second. But I did buy the second one, so I'm going to continue on with those. But I did enjoy this. Those were the 2 that I read. Now for July reading plans, I guess continuing on with Bloodlines, I did buy The Golden Lily yesterday, so I just started this last night, and I'm gonna hopefully finish this in July. I don't see why I wouldn't, because I am pretty fast paced with Rochelle Mead's writing style, so hopefully I can get through this and The Indigo Spell, and what's the one after that? The Fiery Heart. I think there are 4 out now, or 5. I know that there's a new one coming out this year. Is it Silver Shadows or something like that? So I will hopefully at least get through the next 2 of these. So those are on the agenda for July. The next book I hope to finish in July, because I've started reading this one this past month, and this is a book that I've wanted to read for, I guess, a year or 2 now. And I randomly found out about this book on Tumblr. I follow a girl that has talked about this before, and so ever since then I've had it kind of mentally noted to read one day, but it's never been kind of at the top of my TBR list. So I was in my local used bookstore this past month, and I found it, and it was $2 for hardcover, and it was in like great, perfect condition. So I bought it, and I've read, I guess, probably 50 to 60 pages maybe. and that is Rules of Civility by Amber Tolles. I have Instagrammed this a couple times, and I know some of you have talked to me a little bit about it, but this book is set in New York City, and it started off in the 1937 time period. I'm not sure if it progresses you know, a lot further than that, but so far where I have been kind of reading, it's 1937, and basically it's about these two girls that meet a wealthy socialite kind of young man, and he's really, really wealthy and very well connected, and they are they're kind of average, more on the poor side. And so far what I've read, they've met him and they've started going out with him and kind of experiencing a little bit more of his kind of lifestyle. It's very connected to like the Upper East Side kind of thing, and I'm a huge fan of New York City, and I've been loving this book so far. It's very well written, it's very eloquent as far as the writing choices and the styles go, and it definitely reminds me of something that could have been like a classic or that has been out for forever, that, you know, is really, really kind of rich, I guess, in content and kind of just the way that it's written. I like how it has a lot of the New York City architecture and just different places that are still, you know, obviously important now, but that were very kind of significant back then. And so I'm not sure where this goes as far as the storyline. I haven't really read the synopsis on it. I just picked it up and read it because I knew it had a little bit to do with kind of the New York City kind of socialite life and kind of the glamour, but so far it's really, really good. So I'll keep you guys updated on this. I've kind of been taking breaks from reading this. I started it and I would read like a chapter a night because I feel like with a book like this and how it's written, it's nice to kind of take it in and really kind of absorb how it is. It's not really one of those books for me that you would fly through and kind of read just like that. Other than that, the only other book that I've been kind of wanting to read more frequently, or I guess as of recently, is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. I've never read a Colleen Hoover book, and I've always wanted to read one of hers because I'm a big new adult fan, and so I know that Maybe Someday just came out in May, I think it was, and so I've had that one kind of in my mind. If you guys have read a lot of Colleen Hoover and you have another recommendation besides Maybe Someday that I should read first, let me know below, because I definitely am not sure what to start with. I thought I would just start with that one because it's gotten great kind of reviews and hype, but if you think I should start with Hopeless or Slammed or any of her other ones, then feel free to share, because I'm kind of new to Colleen Hoover. I think that's all for today. Like I said, stay tuned for a review on Bloodlines coming up, because usually the first book in a series I do spoiler free, so I will probably do a spoiler free kind of review discussion on Bloodlines. And if you didn't catch my last video, I did a video all about book buying and kind of my favorite places to shop and some tips I have on saving money. So if you haven't checked that out, there'll be links all in the information box for everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're doing really well and that you're having an awesome summer, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.